Hey guys, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're well, hope you're good. It's your brother Naseem Khan, aka Nas Khan, as everybody knows me. Got an exclusive interview for you today. Massive mainstream artist. Before we get him on the line, let's have a look.
21 years socialist, 21 seconds, 21 years, 21 years in the game, 21 years, 21 seconds,
21st celebration.
2 decades later with my boys that I grew up with, 21 years in the game. What about social?
Some more, but back in the day, you never fuck to see what I saw. Ha. To myself, it is hard to believe the house cost 3 years, 2 million G's. Yo, next time you compare it, we check what you never did believe it. We, yo, at tonight, support everything with the check one. That's why I am begging for none, so look at the only thing that is in your watch.
And there you have it, guys. There you have it, the one and only MegaMan from So Solid Crew, who many will remember from the 90s and the early 2000s, mid 2000s, when they were taking the vibe on the Garage Nation. Obviously, I was on the scene back in the day, so let's give him a call.
Hello.
Hello, MegaMan. It's Nas here, bro. Thank you. For...
Yes, what you doing?
How are you,
How you
MegaMan?
doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I just want to say thank you for giving your time, your busy schedule for us at the UCTV and the audience out there, my bro. How are you feeling?
Yeah, cool, man. You're far away, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear you close like you're on a cool connection.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's cool, man.
it's cool, man. As long as you can
I
hear me.
can hear you clearly, but you're definitely far away, mate. Where are you? In the ocean somewhere on a boat? Where are you?
I gotta say, I gotta say one thing, yeah. As long as it's not over in 21 seconds, I'm happy with it, bro.
Bro, you're gonna get me started today, man.
That's what we
What you
need.
saying, man? What's the plan today, man?
So
What do
basically,
you want to know?
yeah, what it
A
is,
lot
man.
of people always want to know more. Always want to know more. You know what I mean? So
That's what
shoot
we.
away, bro.
That's what we're saying. Always want to know more. So I think they should know more because basically, let's take them back to the 90s, bro. Let's take them back to the 90s, how it all began, man.
Yeah, well, in the 90s, up in an area called Battersea Clapham Junction, a few of us guys. We were young. We were young adults, I would say, from early teenage age, from 11. Most of our parents grew us up like young adults, you know what I mean? Whether you're from an Asian or Caribbean background, you grew up like a young adult in those times.
Yeah,
So it's like growing up and just in community centres, there was a lot of like events that I used to put up with my friends. And even though like ragga and, you know what I mean, reggae was the main attraction in the soundboy thing, you
yeah,
always had different music that poked in, like a General Easy or you know what I mean, or a Chocolate Boy or something like just poked in, a garage tune or a jungle tune poked in that
yeah,
became popular a lot of events, man. As
yeah,
young teenagers, 15, 16, getting into a lot of like garage events in the mid 90s.
yeah.
And just experiencing that for the first time, I felt at a stage of my life, I kind of like let myself down and wanted to be like a singer or part of a group,
Right.
you know. So getting the chance to now MC on a radio station, I felt I could live out my dream through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow. Like, not, I can't say I vigorously like hung on that point of trying to be a superstar, but I definitely felt like that if I got involved in something here, I could become something, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro.
That's to what I wanted to do previously.
Absolutely, bro. And you were the godfather behind So Solid Crew at the end of the day. And I remember it was from our
Yeah.
era.
People say that still, man. You know what it is? I applied the mindset and a good ear for music, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It, which was my sole idea. I like to put that out there.
No,
But
don't worry.
I was actually producing. I was actually running the radio station with Carlton. I was promoting with Carlton. You know what I mean? This was like one of our old business partners in that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was first to kind of like take that punt and open up a little office and set up a phone line with my own personal money at that time. You know what I mean? And after encouraging the team that, look, something can happen of it, everyone just, you know, started to trickle in and started to stand firm a bit more. But it took a lot of work for me to, you know what I mean, be in every area, the flyer boy, the producer, the helping to design the flyer, sponsoring all the, doing the white labels and all that sort of stuff. So it just grew. And I would say all of that happened within like 24 months. In between like 1998, 2000. Like, you know what I mean? So it happened quite, in our times, we see it as a long time. But in the sense of like, when we look back, 2 years of hard graft and investing in yourself and believing in yourself, that was the result of it, you know.
Absolutely. Did you, the crew that you had with you at that time, Mega, can you hear me now, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The crew that you had with you at that time, was it your friends or was it just somebody you selected?
Yeah, just a few of my friends from Junction. So it was PDS, the founding DJ.
Yeah.
It was Mac and myself. Romeo came on through PDS, but Romeo's an old school friend of ours from the area as well.
Yeah.
We kind of just moved to like the same borough, Wandsworth borough, but just a separate area after secondary school times. And
cool.
Yeah, changed his name to Romeo because he was in the sound with me earlier stages, so he came on board. G-Man was kind of like, you know, not the talented guy, but the person that could oversee. He was good with money, you know what I mean? So he was kind of wanting to play that role, like, let me do something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things, and it just came together organically, you know. And then bits and pieces, like, I would say, like, Asher, Oxide and Neutrino were doing everything well. What it was really at that time was Living Legends. So Oxide was a different DJ. So Living Legends was Billy the Kid, who is my now business partner. He does Garage Delight with us.
Right.
And Big Kid, who is a DJ like top DJ as well. Still about his brother's called Cold Steps.
Right.
The funky artist DJ, Cold Steps. Yeah. So that was Living Legends, and Neutrino created that Dilemma. Yeah. And then we just kind of just revamped it, put our stamp on it, and put it out via our label.
Absolutely. And
in the underground.
It was difficult at that time because you had to put it out as a white label, didn't you, and then get yourself. So what was the big break that took you? You know, like that was it. We're off the underground now because you set the pace.
I don't know. I think it was persistent with Oh No when I produced Oh No and made Lisa sing my lyrics that I had. It's just the little things. I used to sing that on radio station all the time. So I felt like I needed to do it. So Lisa done that. Romeo came and laid down 2 of his best lyrics that I thought captured a lot of people's attention on radio. And well, I put it out as an instrumental at first, gave it to EZ and Martin Lana, so they tore up the clubs with it as an instrumental. And then the vocals came because I wanted it to go further than just an instrumental. So
no, absolutely.
It was always that side of us. It's that side of us, like me, Swiss, Shabs, FK. We were like those real R&B type singer type. You know what I mean? From the age of we knew how to sing. We was in singing groups. We weren't just like singing with songs.
Was it
we were writing and stuff like that. So
was it
we had a little dance group called Too High Too Young. So at that time when we made the song, it was like, we know how to make a song. We know how to put it out. But we couldn't do it on record because we don't know the industry.
But Megs, was it Saf? Was it Saf who was the Asian one on your team?
Yeah, Shabs and Seth, they're both brothers. You know what I mean? So Shabs, he's now A&R Rock Nation. Right, so he's the one that brought K-Cup to the table and so many other artists, brokering so many different deals within the business. So follow him on Instagram as well. Shabs did it. That's his Instagram page.
Definitely.
So he also does like a daily or IG live with producers and interviews people. So he's proper connected in the business now, and his brother run a production company that produces for most of the popular albums that you see out there from Krypton, Conan and more. So when he's deep in the business, but the mindset of of making songs within So Solid was our experience of that core five. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That core five people. So just influencing like the rest that they can rap or can sing and all of that kind of was like a task for us to do in different areas of making songs. You know what I mean? So yeah, Oh No peeked through. You know what I mean? And Irish Day Records came to us in our own office, offered us a deal that we was already making that amount of money on white labels.
Yeah.
So they offered us a deal, and then after Oxide Neutrino poked through the industry, bound for the reload, and got number one. While it was going through that process, we was getting signed.
Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it? Did you notice as you were making it in the scene? Yeah, because obviously I remember in the early 90s when I was with Brown Sugar Promotions at the time with the Odudu brothers, Eddie and them lot from Manchester. That's when we used to do events with yourselves from all over, man. Preston in the north, Bolton, everywhere, yeah, Manchester. Did you ever notice that you were getting a lot of haters at that time who wanted to jump on the bandwagon saying, "Oh, if they've done it, we can do it"? Because I've seen a lot of that in my life, especially with the Asian scene as well. You get a lot of people who want to jump on the bandwagon.
I don't know. It's haters. I don't know whether it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of competition. There's a little bit of competitiveness. When you're in the lane of success, and people feel they know you or don't know you, or they feel it's easy to what you do, then they can have it wrong. You know what I mean? At the end of it, it's for you who they're championing or who they're competing. It's there to keep your mind on your mission. You know what I mean? And just focus on that. But we dealt with it on many different levels. In that time of the culture and in the UK, you know what I mean? Technology was at a very low level.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the streets was a bit more difficult. Everything was more face-to-face contact, and how you met, how you done business. You had to turn up somewhere. So yeah, you just had to stand firm. You just had to stand firm in those times and cut through. And we've done to the best of our ability to achieve something that we felt.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
bro.
You've time up to now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
you've absolutely set a stamp. You've put a stamp on, you know. And I want to say one thing as well. Obviously, for a while, the garage scene went off because I remember bringing it up to the north because garage in London was massive, but in north nobody knew the two-step vibe. You know, the garage vibe, the R&B mixed with the two-step. Nobody knew that, so we brought it to Manchester. You know what I mean? And
okay.
Through Brown Sugar Promotion and UMS events because nobody knew what it was. But now what I'm noticing is a few you might have heard, because obviously I'm not in the music scene as much as I was, but on radio, when you listen to radio, you hear a lot of tunes now that are bringing the two-step back, whereas you boys have already labelled that, if you get my point. So do you think you're going to bring something out new, or are you just going to watch the vibe for a bit?
See what it is like. The impact Soul Solid had was industry impact. It was industry supported, you know. And in this day and age, it's a different type of build. It's a different type of structure that you need to stay popular.
Yeah.
So with us people that came on the borderline of 2000 who were signed in that time, we're kind of fortunate. We're in between new school and old school.
Yeah.
So we can do features. We can do events in the garage scene, which is more of an old school type of feel sector, and we're still appreciated by the other side. But when it comes to creating music, for me with that brand, I want to be careful with the brand.
Yeah.
Because the brand means a lot more than just trying to release a single or trying to make a number one song or trying to, outdo ourselves. Like, it means a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And So Solid Crew, to me, is an organization more than just a crew.
Yeah.
That first album was the springboard artist into the business, that we can then get their deals and give them careers and then bring through more artists.
Absolutely.
So in my hindsight, there was never meant to be 2 or 3 or 4 different albums.
Yeah.
It was always about showcasing the 35 members to make sure we can get them deals. You know what I mean? And that's basically what the mindset is. So if you are going to see anything from Soul Solid musically, it will be attached to some sort of greatness. It will be attached to some sort of proper project, which we feel like I kind of like let myself down and compensate. You know what I mean? Compensate the time given. You know what I mean? And people can appreciate what we're putting out, man. Since we came from a time where we wanted to deliver a masterpiece, or we wanted to deliver a piece of art. Yeah. And I don't want to be its undoing. I don't want anything that I choose to do at this stage, the members choose to do, to be its undoing. You know what I mean? So
That's deep, man. That's deep. Mega, can I just hold you there for a while? We're just going to go for a quick break and then we'll be back, yeah?
No problem.
Right, guys, that's Mega all the way from London, So Solid crew. We're just going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Stay there. MegaMan from all the way from London. Mega, let's tell the audience what your real name is or not.
Nah, people know my real name, man. It's not hard to find out my real name, so
yeah.
just
So
type in MegaMan, you know.
That's it, absolutely, bro. So 2013, MegaMan, you had your own launch of your own brand. Do you want to just tell us about that?
Yeah,
Clothing.
It's always been an idea of me to, you know what I mean, dabble into business a bit more, but I mean,
Yeah.
we set up there's companies, you know, 18 years old, you know what I mean? So 20 years down the line, 22 years down the line, like, it's expected for us to venture into other things, and that's what the entertainment industry does for most of us.
No, but that's good because
music,
that's good because you
investment.
no you
I found out that, sorry, go ahead.
So you had that mindset. You know, many people don't have that mindset, and you've got that mindset where you think things through and you want to do it businessly, and that's fantastic.
I mean,
This is where many people don't.
It's quite easy to see because around that time there was a lot of artists and role models and icons in different areas of the business that were dabbling into different companies. So it just depends what you decided to look at.
Yeah.
If you decide them as the artist and the individual, instead of look at the small print and what they were saying and, you know what I mean, what they were wearing and whose clothing that was and all that sort of stuff. Those are the sort of things and the mindset that we had in Battersea, Clapham Junction. So it's like a multicultural area, man. So most elders back in the day even had shops and phone stores and all these legit stuff. So we always looked up to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in the time of releasing Cheats and Fees, before that, we was pushing a brand called Money Clothing. Right. And a lot of people thought that was our brand.
Yeah.
But no, it's a guy called Melvin owned the brand, and he joined partners with a few other people and then eventually sold on the brand.
Yeah.
But it was such a point where I kind of thought that we were so close to the brand.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we should set up our own sort of brand, or they should help us to set up our own sort of brand.
Yeah.
But as 2012 appeared, I met up with my now business partner, and we set up Cheats and Fees around that time.
Yeah.
And released it online with River Island, and then we went into online with Top Man. Yeah. And then done 12 stores across the UK with Top Man.
That's big, man. That's big. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we started with ASOS. You know what I mean? So we've been with ASOS since then, man. Now it's just a nice little revamp, about to revamp the brand and drop it in the next few weeks. We'll say 4 weeks from now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Before the end of the year, you'll see a nice little drop of the brand down again. So
well, you're gonna be sending me something there, then Mega. I'm gonna have my name on that as well, yeah.
Pardon?
I said you're gonna be sending me something through as well to wear with my name on, yeah.
Yeah, but I've got goodie packages set, man. So there's a lot of things you're gonna do, man. Just come and get the hook up, bro. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. That's it.
No problem. But yeah, like just no Cheats and Fees, and it's been a nice little jewel in the now for me, man. Still. Yeah. And from there's grown so many other brands and helped other brands to grow and come down and get their work and print work done and all that sort of stuff. So in London, man, we've just kind of I just like to help a lot of people, you know what I mean, as well as grow things to stabilize my mindset. You know what I mean? I see music as something that I want to continue doing for fun, and not for the purpose of trying to just draw income from. So definitely utilize all that to invest. You know what I mean, and make sure we've got other things running so we can just enjoy the process of music a bit more. Yeah,
absolutely. I just want to touch upon something deep, Meg, something deep. Obviously, everybody goes through an up and down in their lives, and things go the other way. There there was a scene where you were in, basically, where the media got hold of, and you want to just tell us about that? What happened with that?
What 2004?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2004, man. It's just an unfortunate situation where two people that I know, a close friend of mine and a distant friend of mine,
Yeah.
must have got into something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, just by no fault of my own, man, like we ended up on an estate. And yeah, I just know the guy. I know both of them.
Yeah.
There was a female in between that. And yeah, to cut a long story short, between the parents and the father was there, cousins, brothers.
Yeah.
There was only three of us there, and yeah, it's just more of a thing where I didn't even feel that anything could go wrong.
Yeah.
It wasn't that sort of ethereal vibe.
Yeah.
I was a little bit shocked on how the person who passed away was acting, because I kind of felt a bit like we all know each other, basically, you know what I mean? So we're just one of those situations, and then 2 seconds after, when they stepped off, we just hear shots fired, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone just scattered and stuff like that. But how the press labelled it is like I gave the order and all of that sort of stuff.
No,
but as the case unfolded, and the father came to court and the brothers came to court, everyone was querying why they put me in this position in the case. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't the one who gave anyone an order or actually harmed anybody that day. You know what I mean? So it was just unfortunate. And the way how things turned out, we knew that the way how the case turned out, the people on the person who deceased, they had, you know, CCTV could see that they had tons of firearms.
Yeah.
The person who passed away discharged 2 firearms that day. You know, and then you got a friend of mine in jail right now, sitting down convicted on a life sentence. You know what I mean? Based on no evidence. So we can't explain fully how the situation unfolded properly. You know what I mean? Toe to toe.
I know exactly where you're coming from.
Same time, if there's no evidence and that sort of case comes up, and you kind of see that, you know, there's a little bit of police corruption involved in bits and pieces like that. I'm just glad that God was on our side.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that we actually got away from that scene without, you know what I mean, us getting harmed or hurt.
But you know with
but
this,
then on the flip side of being held accountable for something that you're kind of just dropped in the middle of, I kind of felt was a little bit. It was very injustice of them. You know what I mean, to put me in that situation.
Absolutely, but like you said, that's how the cookie crumbles with the corruption and the media, innit? That's how it crumbles, man.
Yeah, it's like they utilize me and the brand and everything just to get a producer and a good friend of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into a situation, and it's like, well, we have to leave with some sort of result, and that's what it just felt like. It didn't feel like they had any evidence or a fire or anything like that. Everything that was presented in court was the opposition, you know, doctoring statements and putting things in places and just stuff like that, man. A real injustice. So the outcome of it, you know, was just sad, man. Sad on both sides, really.
Absolutely, bro. I remember reading it and seeing it.
I don't want to be put in a situation like that again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because the police made a real mess up of that case.
And do you know what it is, Megs? Yeah, do you know what it is? At the end of the day, you can live to tell that story to the youth out there. And never be in a situation. Always be careful. Do you know what I mean? Because you never know what can happen.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, condolences to the family and
absolutely
person who passed and all that stuff. Because there's no way anybody had an intent of doing anything to anybody.
No.
You know what I mean? We didn't even see it coming. So when you look back and you just remember people's faces and who you might know and don't know, or you kind of get like, because we tried to leave the estate twice and was called back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the car.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you kind of think back, it's like, why didn't everyone just want us to leave?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What was everyone calling us back for? What was the situation? The dad running up to the car and saying, come back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just broke, you know what I mean? And then it's just mad.
Good, man. God saved you. Allah saved you.
Yeah, just those situations. Like, a lot of people get put in situations and we can see how the press and how the authorities handle it. And it's only when it comes out in a case and how things unfold, you know what I mean, people actually get to understand the realness and how things turned out, because it just looked a bit weird to me. You know what I mean? But that whole So Solid thing actually slowed down at that time. So after coming out, I went through 3 trials to get not guilty after bringing some evidence to surface that there was a little bit of, tampering with evidence and stuff.
That's wrong, man.
So, after the not guilty, I came out, got another deal. You know what I mean? Released Since You Went Away.
Yeah.
Done another reality show with the jury, and just continue to renew my whole vibe and reputation throughout the business.
Absolutely.
And I think we've achieved that along the way.
Absolutely, bro. Here you are, man. Here you are today, and
here we are.
Yeah.
Clothing lines, businesses, and just trying to help more people in the business, man.
That's it. So, what are you working on anything now, or and also do you see any of your boys and the crew and?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in the pipeline. There's a few offers for documentaries and biopics and stuff, but the guys stay active. Asher does his thing. Lisa, Harvey, Romeo, Mac and Faith, they do their clothing stuff. Twin MCs always on booking. The producers stay producing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm up to. You know what Swiss is up.
Yeah,
it's Pound Day and DJing and putting on events. This is production team down there's AC Burrell's in LA, producing and using Will Smith studio, Dreddy's around, Busta Rhymes and that. That's over in America as well, LA. So
man.
The guys are still in the business, man, making moves in different areas, and and that's a job well done. You know what I mean? For anyone coming from any community or just you say a hood or
the ends,
you know what I mean?
The hood,
the
ends,
your friend.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Showing each other that there's another way to bring in income.
Absolutely.
And then them just taking it upon themselves and continuing that journey, because some people actually stop and go back.
Yeah.
So for them continuing that journey, man, salute, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And we just got to tell the people out there that you put a stamp on grime and you put a stamp on two-step and garage. And that's the main thing. So 20 years, it's like you already set a stand on that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for people to say that they were inspired by Oh No to create a first grime track, which was Wiley's words.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of tunes which inspired me to create Oh No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the list goes on, man, and everything has part and parcel as to the sound and the vibes that we bring to the table in music right up to this point. And there'll be tons more genres being built and created as they were in the past, so.
Absolutely.
It's just a beautiful thing to see that everybody's got a whole different lane. Companies scrambled to get a piece of what we were showing them was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Regardless if we stop So Solid, there's thousands more people that are now seeing an opening in this business that you can't stop.
Absolutely, and you've paved it, bro. Yeah, you've paved it. You've paved the way, bro.
Yeah, it's like there's another thing that we were saying the other day, because I was just listening to Joe Budden's podcast and all these things, but it's like we've now turned a hobby into a payroll.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. A lot of the businesses, like I said just previously, a lot of the businesses scrambled to get a piece of what's happened. You know what I mean? Creating these one extras and in all these lanes for them to make money off. So us blood is a more beneficial thing. You know what I mean? There's thousands of people in it, and let's continue to make amends. You know what I mean? And create the avenues for people.
So do you like, for example, obviously you help the community as well. This is the message you want to get out to the people out there, that every artist I've interviewed, he always has something to say to the youth out there and also to the community. Are you doing any community project at this moment in time?
Yeah, I set up with them, which is being led by Respect Naya Bingi. But Respect has been an activist for 10 years, and we set up Forever Family as a as some sort of vehicle. As a fund, as a hub, you know what I mean, for investment and startups, for a legal sector to challenge all different legal issues that communities kids, whoever in the business place, you know what I mean, and also the community sector to connect all communities across the UK to make sure that when there's one problem, we speak as one voice. You know what I mean? So it's a venture that that we're setting up, and it's building, it's growing. You know what I mean? The first debut of the security team was the 1st of August, Reparations Day, and that was slapped all over the press and stuff like that. But
yeah,
those people that stepped out are just mothers and fathers that want to just, you know, safeguard their own community. This isn't fighting or some, you know, deep organization that is, you know, pushing for, you know, fight the power and stuff like that. We just want to ease the community and ease the government and make it easier for people to be self-sufficient.
absolutely.
And that's basically our mindset around everything.
Fantastic. And do you want to give any message to the youth?
Huh?
Do you want to give any message to the
Just
youngsters?
stay reaching for the stars, the sky's too close, man. Stay reaching for the stars, the sky's too close, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The mission is more important than your current feelings at this present time.
Absolutely.
And just know who you are, know where you stand, and don't lose sight of the mission that your family and people came here to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To work on. You know what I mean? Just stay focused on that.
Thanks for that, Megs. I just want to say thank you very much for taking your
And
time.
another thing, follow all the pages, official So Solid, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and everything. You know what I mean? Like, I put out quotes, I create quotes and all that stuff. I find quotes, so I just want to motivate people. So
Yeah,
stay
absolutely,
tuned.
bro.
A lot more going on.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you very much, MegaMan, for giving me your time. Obviously,
Yeah.
the connection was through Eds, and I really appreciate it. You know, you're a busy man, humble guy you are, man. And I just want to say maybe one day we can meet up in person and do this live, man.
But the connect's there, man. You know what I mean? Come
Definitely.
and get some goods, bro, when you're ready. You get me?
Definitely, bro. And thanks a lot, yeah? Thank you very much.
Yeah, alright, now go. In a bit.
Thank you. Bye.
Blessings. Good up, everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And there you have it, guys. That was MegaMan from So Solid Crew. Such a humble guy, a humble individual. You know, he gave me his time, and he's a mainstream artist. You know, these days it's very hard to get anybody, you know, to give you time. And I just want to say, you know, a great thank you to him, his team So Solid, my team Brown Sugar, Eddie Down, UCTV, and all our viewers out there. Keep up the support. Keep supporting UCTV, and catch you next week. Stay safe.